Yes, for lands and physical planning.
Submissions made by the Ministry of Lands and Planning indicate that in 1984, 100,000 acres of land were allocated by the government to Chakama Ranching Company Limited for ranching purposes. Chakama would later subdivide the land into two parcels, each approximately 50,000 acres. The first parcel was further subdivided into two parcels, one 20,452 acres and the other 30,003 acres. The over 20,000-acre parcel was then in 1988 transferred from Chakama Ranching Company Limited to New Agricultural Limited, which later subdivided into two parcels.
We have already established that the unfortunate event took place within LR number 13472-7 and /8, formerly LR number 13472-3. and LR number 13472-4.
Submissions made by Lands and Planning Principal Secretary Nickson Korir brings into the limelight a new company, New Agricultural Limited, which now seems to own the land upon which Shakahola massacres occurred.
How does a government allocate land to people who you don't know their intention?
We are not aware of any lease to Mackenzie that is registered to us. Part of the reason that contributed to the massacre that happened in Shakahola is that the fact that that land was unoccupied.
Korir has to this end raised the need for the government to devise a way to reallocate dormant tracts of land to avoid Shakahola-like massacres.
Actually, when we went to Shakahola, there were no proper allocation of, looking at settlements and people farming and houses.
The issue of taking advantage, criminals taking advantage of such idle land to commit, like what happened, what you are investigating.
What started as a war against religious extremism has raised question marks on land ownership of tracts of land. Today, Phase 4 of the Shakahola exhumation exercise commenced, with a death toll as at Phase 3 exhumation being 339.
We've been here since morning, and the homicide team has been able to exhume 12 bodies. That brings the total number since we started to 350. The rescues, because the numbers have gone down, remain the same at 95, and the arrests at the moment we are at 37. Those who are giving their DNA samples, since we started, so far the number has increased to 253. And those who have been able to identify their relatives are at 20. And those reported missing, the desk is a bit quiet. We are still at 613. So the search continues, the exhumation continues.
Ben Kerera, K24, Nairobi.